Hey guys, I am here with my weekly What Sold video. I am going to show you what I sold this past week on Depop, Mercari, eBay, and Poshmark. Sales were a little bit slower, so I did a couple of things in order to make more money, and it worked, so I will be covering that in this video. If you're not yet subscribed and you like reseller content or you want to learn how to make more money in your reselling business, please consider doing that down below. You can also find all of my social medias if you prefer to follow at other places or if you want to follow me everywhere. That'd be great. So we are going to get right into it. If you notice, I don't have straight hair. I usually have straight hair. This is actually my natural hair. Mostly, it's very wavy, but then the ends are like straight when it dries, so it's really ugly. So I try to curl the ends, so I'm trying to see if I want to like maybe style my hair with my natural style. I don't know. It's slightly easier than straightening it, but just hard in a different way. So anyway, let's get right into this. Let me know down below how your sales have been this week. On Depop, I only had a couple, I think. So let's go ahead and see here. Yeah, I sold this coat, and this was an ASOS coat. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you might remember me picking this up at a thrift store recently, if it'll pull it up. Sold for $63.80, which is great. It was this tapestry looking, really fancy, colorful coat with the floral pattern and then the faux fur collar. It seemed like it was in like new condition. Actually, right here, it had a button, so it possibly was. I think I put it like new condition. So really cool sale there. That was getting a ton of attention on Depop. And then my only other sale was this Lululemon skirt that sold for $33. This was in a size 6. It was called the Pace Setter skirt. It is an older one. You can see there's no numbers or letters around there, but some of their skirts can still sell for pretty good money. So I was excited to sell this, and that was a pretty quick sale, and that's literally it on Depop. Let me talk about Mercari, although I had a couple of other sales, and when I went to look at my in progress or my complete, I can't find them anywhere. So I don't know where they went. One of them was just this like sinful orange sweatshirt that sold for like $19 with free shipping. And then I just sold this Go Softly patio dress. This was in a women's size small. I've sold this before, kind of like a grandma teacher core denim vintage type dresses. This one didn't sell for as much, $28.35. Again, that's with free shipping, so not really a great sale there and not much to talk about. My sister just texted me yesterday and she said she thinks Mercari is just going to be gone. They did switch, or their CEO stepped down, I think last week. And then with all the shipping things, I think she said they raised shipping prices again. It's just crazy. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of Mercari. Are you even making many sales there? Do you think it's going to stick around? I guess we'll see. Okay, enough of my pathetic platforms. Let's go to eBay next. eBay was better, but not as good as it usually is. So I don't know what's going on there. This is sales from, I almost said November. It is November. Yeah, November 8th to the 14th. Wow. So we're going to go through those. That dress I sold this morning. First up, I sold this LL Bean coat in a men's size extra large tall. I've had this for probably close to a year at this point, so I did take an offer of $35 in this just to move it out. It's really big and bulky. Possibly could have got more. Kind of weird because I sold a different LL Bean tall coat for like, I think close to $50. But since my sales have been so slow this week, I was taking lots of offers on eBay. I was trying to have at least be taking the 35 and up offers, unless it was something that I know was something that I've had for a really long time, or maybe I got it when I wasn't being so strict with my, what I was looking for in the thrift store. So anyway, next up was these Allen Edmonds shoes for $43. I already sold these and they got returned for fit, and I sold them again fairly quickly. They were in a size 14D. Allen Edmonds is a good bolo brand for men's dress shoes, but you do need to look up the style. Because some styles don't do very good. This one's called the Grayson, and it's always printed right in the bottom, so it's super easy to look up to see what the value is. Next up, another item that was returned and that I sold again, a Pendleton men's new with tags robe. The person returned it before because they said it had moth holes. I looked it over so good when I got it back, and I could not find any moth holes. So I'm not really sure what this person was talking about. I hope I didn't miss anything. I try to put it under my good lights. It did sell again, so I hope that this one doesn't get returned. $60 with a 10% off coupon. Next up was a rag and bone sweatshirt for $20. This was in a size medium. Lace up detail on the side. Rag and bone, I don't hardly sell anything good from them, except for the pajama jeans. So if you guys have any luck, maybe if I found like a really good quality like coat or cashmere sweater or something maybe, but a lot of their stuff just doesn't sell very good. It sits for a while and it doesn't sell for much money. Next up was an LL Bean sweater. I just picked this up recently. It wasn't a size extra large tall, so I think the tall helped give it a little bit more value. It was also 100% cashmere, so that was great. That sold for $30. I sold these Democracy jeans for $21, so not really picking them up anymore just because some would sell for $35, but some will sell for like $15. And I'm trying to get things that sell more consistently for that $20 profit. So these ones were in a size women's 8 petite. They were the Absolution high-rise straight jeans. $19 in those, glad to move, or $21 with a coupon. Next up was a John Mark shirt, sold for $39 with a 10% coupon, which is great. John Mark is a brand that I like to pick up in the larger sizes. So this was in a 2X, plus it was linen and embroidered, so it had a lot going for it. So that was a great sale. Next up was a Velvet Graham & Spencer sweater that sold for $34. I got this for myself. I put it on. The sleeves seemed a little short. I am 5'11", so sometimes even like sleeves and torso stuff can be, actually not my torso as much, but more like my arms. I don't know. I guess I'm just built weird, but it felt weird. And then the fabric, even though it was cashmere, it was itching my skin. My skin's really sensitive to fabrics. So I went ahead and sold it anyway, and it sold pretty quickly. So nice piece for the fall there. Next was a vintage Corette sweater for $20. I got this based off of style, so wasn't something that I know should sell for a certain amount. So I did accept an offer of $20 on that. Next up is a pair of Frank and Eileen pants that sold for $71. So I love selling Frank and Eileen. These are a pair of Frank and Eileen lab pants. They were called the Catherine Crop. I've been getting a lot of these lately. A couple of them I got from consignment stores, and some of them I've been finding out at the thrift store. So that is great. Next up was this Calvin Klein dress for $45. I've been experimenting a little bit with Calvin Klein. I try to only look with it if it's new with tags and a larger size. So this was a size 10, black and white color block fit and flare style, and it was new with tags. So I did go ahead and grab that, and it sold pretty quickly for that $45. So that's great. Next up was a IC by Connie K jacket that sold for $31.50. Extra large white artsy oversized jacket. Decent sale. This is a funny sale. It was sold for $35 with a 10% off coupon. So it had this goose holding a knife that said murder. When I Google lensed it, it kept talking about this one brand, but mine didn't have those tags anywhere, but there was a lot of companies that made duplicates or dupes for the brand. So I did not list mine as the brand because I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to get like labeled as false advertising or item not as described or something like that. So I still sold it for $35, which is great. I thought it was a pretty funny pickup and a funny sweater. Next up was a Johnny Was swimsuit that sold for $75. This was new with tags. This was the Mila floral one-piece swimsuit. It did retail for $198. So glad to be selling a swimsuit even as we're going into the colder months. Next up was a J. Crew sweater in a size small. I was surprised this sold after Halloween, but I guess some people might still wear this for Thanksgiving. So it was a cream sequin pumpkin pullover sweater. It was new with tags, or I probably wouldn't have gotten it. J. Crew factory, 100% cotton. $27. I would have liked to get a little bit more. Next up was a Lululemon size 6 gray striped long sleeve top that sold for $17.50. I moved out a lot of old Lululemon this week, which I'm really excited about because I have not been picking up probably 75% of the Lululemon that I find because it sits and it's just not worth much. Here's another dress by that brand Go Softly, but this one was new with tags. It was a size medium, and I had a cardinal on it. So I felt like the print was kind of more, I don't know, I feel like with the cardinals, it seems a little more like, I was going to say winter, but maybe not. It's not snow in the picture. I don't know. Anyway, maybe because it was new with tags. It was actually marked down in the tag for like $22, and I still sold mine for $40 with a 10% coupon, so that's great. That was their clearance price. Next up is a pair of Vionic boots that sold for $35. These were in a size 9.5. They were the Jolene boots. They were in excellent condition. I do like picking up Bionic, but certain styles sell better than others, so make sure you look up your style. Next up is a pair of men's Keen boots that sold for $60. These were in a size 11EE. They were called the Portland 6-inch carbon fiber work boot. So definitely some wear, but these things are really expensive new, so that was still a good price for somebody to get those boots. I sold this Stio shirt for $25. I've already sold this, got returned, sold it again. New with tags with a jackrabbit on the front. Stio is an outdoor brand. Next up was a Lululemon white long sleeve shirt that sold for $30. This was in a size 12, just a basic oversized top, so maybe a newer style. I feel like I actually texted my friend Keegan about this style, but it was after I listed it and I didn't go back and change and put the style in the title, so oops. Another pair of Democracy jeans. These ones sold for $28. These were in a size 22, Absolution high-rise skinny. I suppose I could look back and see out of all the ones I've been selling the last few months, are there any that are consistently selling for that higher price? But I don't feel like there was very many. Next up was an Ally Miles jacket that sold for $40. Another brand I like to pick up in the larger sizes. Black and red ombre, artsy, big buttons, oversize. That was a great sale. I sold these Eileen Fisher pants for $24. These were a pair of extra small white pull-on linen pants. If these were a larger size, I possibly could have got more money for them, but that's okay. I sold this Roshu Walker sweater for $100, which is amazing. This was called the Looker sweater, so I did find the exact style, and I saw that it was selling really well. It was also 100% cashmere. It had this really cute preppy look with the layering. So $100 on that. That is so good. I was so excited. And then I sold this Banana Republic jacket. This also sold already, and it got returned. Sold again. It was in a size extra large, a gray wool check mid-length jacket. Excellent sale. I don't really mind returns that much. They're kind of annoying when they happen, but if it's a good item, it'll sell again. And it does help me in my eBay to get less fees, and I think it pushes my items out a little bit more. I don't quite remember. And that's it. That's it for eBay. So let's go on to Poshmark. So Poshmark is where I ended up doing something to make more money this week. So like I said, the last few days, sales were slow. I did do a closet clear out last Friday. So I dropped items in my closet that I've had for 30 days or more by 10%, which sent out a notification to all of the buyers that this item has been dropped. And if they buy it on closet clear out day, they are going to get that discounted shipping. That produced some pretty good sales. And then I also last night ended up using my seller tools on my Poshmark right here on my computer. And I added likes to bundles of everything that has been liked in my closet in the past. Actually, it's like everything except for the last month. So my things in the last month, I didn't want to give out this % off yet. So I added 897 likes to a bundle, or 797 likes to a bundle, sent out 30% offers. And it did produce a decent amount of sales, not a ton of profit, but really moved out a lot of old items. And my Poshmark pending balance is the highest it has been in a really long time. That's due to just good Poshmark sales this week, but also just the stuff that I did these couple of days. So pending balance is $1,600, and if you can see, so I'm not lying, $13. I got redeemable $150. I just redeemed $100 last night. So I'm going to redeem that, and I'm so happy because we've got Christmas coming up, so I need to be Christmas shopping. I got a few things I know I want to get for my kids, but I have already started. So anyway, that's what I did on Poshmark. So if you haven't tried that, go ahead and try those couple of things. First up, we have a North Face jacket in a size medium. Women's, this is a thermoball jacket. It looks like this. The thermoball has this exact type of look with all these little squares. The thermoball style can sell really well. I sold it on an offer this morning of $50, and it usually says it too, like it says it right here. So that was good. I had it listed for $65. Next up was a vintage Disney sweatshirt, which I've stopped picking up for the most part, unless it's for myself, unless it's like really, really cool, because they just don't sell for that much. This was a size large red zip-up hoodie, 90s, Mickey Mouse, really, really cute, but $15 in that, so not the best. Who texted me? Emma. Oh, she can't play pickleball. I was going to go play pickleball with my niece, but she forgot she already had pickleball plans. What about Sunday after church? She said. That's not going to work. Let me just text her back really quick. Probably going to Nana's Sunday after church, so that won't work, period. Maybe we could try one day next week, period. Where's your calendar, question mark? You usually are good at planning. Ever since she's been little, she's always been obsessed with her plans and knowing what's going on, but she is busy. Yesterday we were going to go and she forgot because her mom was working, so she didn't have a ride out to the pickleball court. Today she has other pickleball plans, so she's probably drilling. She's going to go pro for real. So I just play with her for fun. Okay. Next up, soft surrounding sweater, new with tags in a size 2X, orange linen. I don't think I've picked up a soft surrounding item in a while. It'd have to be really, really special. Even though this is new with tags and linen and plus size, is still sat forever. The only things that have been selling decent for me are like the extreme boho looking items, very embroidered and things like that. And that's about it. Next up was a vintage CJ Bank sweater in a size extra large. So a lot of these sales here you're going to be seeing with the vintage Disney down to, let me show you, down to, I had to cancel a couple because I'm stupid. This bundle of Keen boots, those are all going to be sales from yesterday that I sent out the 30% offers. So keep that in mind. Okay. Vintage CJ Bank sweater, extra large, giraffe print. I thought this was really cute. Sat for a while. Somebody offered me $18, which was lower than what I sent out for the 30% off offers. Sometimes that's what happens too. People will counter even lower, but if it's an item that I've had for a while or I'm not confident with that I can get a certain amount of money, I'm like, I don't even care. I'll take the lower offer. And that's what I did for this. So somebody gets this fun giraffe sweater. It's very cute. Next up is a lug duffel bag. I had a whole bunch of lug items from a thrift store recently, and some of them have sold better than the others. This was a packable, lightweight. It was the propeller style, and it sold for $40. Used, so be on the lookout for some lug bags, maybe duffels, backpacks, things like that. Next up was a G-Star Raw jacket in a men's, a size small. This sold for $27. This brand is really expensive. The sell-through is not the best, or the not the sell-through. I guess some of the sell-through is. When I looked up Western recently, I left it behind. The resale value is not the best. So anyway, there's that. Next up is a pair of Neo shoes in a size 10. These are a pair of black leather Mary Jane shoes. They sold for $23. I don't know about Neo. I've sold some of them decent and some of them only for around $20. So let me know if you have sold Neo recently. How's it doing for you? Is it sitting? Is it selling for good money or not? Next up was a bundle of 2 items for $23. We have a Lululemon shirt in a size 4 in orange, crisscross back shirt. So nothing special there. And then a pair of Olakai women's pink espadrille flats. Olakai, kind of like a surfer brand. It has that hook, but honestly, every style I've been looking up lately of Olakai is not doing good, so I have been leaving it behind. Next up is a pair of Lily Pulitzer sandals that sold for $24. These were in a women's size 9. They were called the McKim Wedge, a little bit of a preppy style, got the espadrille, so definitely more summer vibes. So this is moving out a lot of inventory, a lot of old inventory like this. A Talbot sweater that I sold for $5. So that's sad. It was plus size, striped, Talbots. I don't know. Yeah, that was really bad. So we're just going to move on from that. But you know what? Sometimes that happens. Next up, we have a bundle for $25 for 4 items. So some really, really old items. This Ilia jacket, which I've never heard of, but it was like this tan leather, like moto jacket. I've had this forever. An Eileen Fisher extra, extra small green organic cotton cardigan, horrible size. Initial vest. I don't even know why I got this. I think because the style, I thought it was cool with those like leather straps. Yeah, but it didn't sell good. And then a Lovers and Friends dress that was a beige metallic with a fluffy little detail. Also not good. So yes, very low sales, but moving out very old items, which is good. Next up, I have a bundle of 2 shoes for $50. First up was a pair of Neo clogs in a size 10. These had a really cool, interesting heel. If I can show you, you can kind of see it right there. It's like a cutout type style. And then I had a pair of Ariat boots that were in a women's size 10B. So brown leather ankle boots from Ariat, a Western brand. So that was a pretty decent sale. Obviously, I would have liked to have got more, but trying to make some extra money, and it worked. Next up is a pair of Ariat jeans that sold for $27. These were in a size 30. They were a pair of bootcut whip stitch jeans. So again, with the Ariat, some of the ones do better than others, especially the ones that are in a long size. These ones were not. They were regular length. Next up, I have a pair of Anthropologie Maeve pants in a size medium. These were a pair of gray stripe plaid pants, pull-on style. So I don't know, Anthropologie brand, a lot of Anthropologie is extremely oversaturated. Here's another one, an Anthropologie new with tags shirt that only sold for $13. Women's size small, the big oversized sleeves retailed for $68. So I went ahead and moved that. Next up, we have a pair of Viore leggings that sold for $28. These ones shouldn't have been in the sale. So that's slightly concerning to me because I thought I only sent out 30% offers of things I've had for 30 days or more, and I've had these for less than 30 days. But the leggings don't sell for as good as the pants, but I guess this person got a great deal. Size medium, camo, elevation, high-rise leggings. Here's the Viore tag right on the top back of the leggings. Let's see what's next. We have a Lululemon jacket that already sold on eBay, so I'm messaging them to see if they want to pick something else. A pair of Democracy jeans that sold for $16. These were in a size 12. They were the Absolution high-rise straight. Not really anything special there. Next up was a Sleeping on Snow sweater, which I also sold recently and I got returned. I sold it again for $21. This is an older Anthropologie brand, and I don't know if it really does that great anymore. It's a really cool style with the wool blend, but just nobody wanted it. Next up is a pair of Paul Green shoes that sold for $35. These were in a size 10. They were a black leather open toe type boot. They're some of the sold comps in these were really good, but I've had these for a while, so they did get marked down and sold for $35. Next up was a bundle of 2 Lululemon items for $30. So size 4, the warm down joggers with this interesting print. And then the other item was this sweatshirt in a size 6. It was a gray post sweat sweatshirt. Again, a very old style. That's just not that trendy anymore. So glad to move that old Lululemon. I sold a packed dress for $32. This was in a size large and it was new with tags. It was a size, I already said that. It was called the Maxi Market dress. So packed usually makes sustainable, like organic clothing. I don't know if I would have picked this up if it wasn't new, possibly, but I mean, it only sold for $32 new, so probably shouldn't pick it up if it's not. Maybe it would do slightly better in the summer. Next up, I sold a bundle of 2 shoes for $43, a pair of Keen boots in a size 7, gray, waterproof hiking boots, and then a pair of Merrells in a size 7.5, the gray and the red. So both of those together for $43. After that, I sold a pair of Democracy jeans again. So moving out a lot of old Democracy jeans. These ones were in a size 12 and they sold for $20. Absolution high-rise straight leg. Yay. I ran into a viewer friend of mine again at the Goodwill this week and I forgot her name with her husband. So if you're watching this, I'm really sorry. I'll try to remember your name eventually. Comment it down below and I'll try to remember it next time I see you. Also, I had a friend, Carol, that bought a Free People cardigan sweater for me. I think she watches the channel and on Instagram. So she bought a Free People striped cardigan for $30 plus shipping. So thank you, Carol. I do try to post on my Instagram stories every day when I'm listing new items. You might not see them on my stores right away because they go into my eBay drafts. But if you are interested, I usually can give you a little bit of a discount if we go through Venmo or PayPal. Next up is a pair of men's Viore pants that sold for $51. These were in a size small, the green Sunday Performance jogger. So sometimes they have the V instead of that little like patch like the leggings. So this is what it looks like. That's what you want to look for. And you can also look on the zipper pull and it will spell out Viore there because a lot of times the tag on the inside is not there. So a couple of tips to see if you can spot that Viore. Next up was a Free People shirt that sold for $39. This was in a women's size large and it was a blue ruffle collar denim swing top. Some model pictures showed them wearing it as a dress. That'd be very short, but I guess maybe some people do that. So let's move on. Next up, we have a St. John dress. This was sold before and returned. It only sold for $25. It was a sheath dress. I like selling their blazers and their like more Santana knit type of dresses better. So I don't know. I was just glad to move that out. We have this person bought that same jacket that I sold earlier, and then she immediately asked to cancel it, so that was annoying. American Eagle jeans in a size 10. These were called the super baggy straight leg jeans with the crossover waist. They only sold for $15. I am going to be done with American Eagle, even new with tags, because it just does not sell and give me the profit that I'm looking for. Next up is a pair of J. Crew pants that sold for literally $3. So these should have been out of my closet before they got marked down that much. I think these were from Ryan's old bin, and I even started them at 10, and nobody wanted them. So I don't need to show you the tags in that because you should not be picking that up. Next, we have a Free People sweater that sold for $44. This was called the Found My Friend sweater. It was new with tags from Ever Eve, and it was black, and it retailed for $78. So that's a really great sale on a Free People item. Next up, we have a pair of Ugg boots that sold for $13. These are old. Ugg boots don't sell that good for me anymore. They were the Cardi knit boots in a size 5. So I will not be picking up that style again unless somehow it was new, but I don't know if they make that style anymore. Next up was an Avant Toy sweater. I don't know if that's how you say this. $65, so definitely a bolo. Here's a good brand finally after all my crappy ones. Black and gray ombre cardigan. Here's what the tag looks like. So I would grab this anytime you see it at a good price. That was an excellent sale there. Next up, we have a polo Ralph Lauren jacket that sold for $100. This was a leather moto biker jacket, and it was new with tags. I should have been able to get more for it, but I've had this for like a year and a half, and I don't like to keep things for that long of a time. So I accepted an offer of $100. I got $80 profit. I will take that, and I will buy some Christmas presents. And I will go to Disney. My husband and I, it's getting closer. Next up is a pair of mother jeans that sold for $67. What's crazy about this is these were literally a size 23. So a tiny, tiny size. Usually I don't like to get things in a size 23, but I decided to risk it with mother because mother jeans are so popular. These were the Insider Crop Step Fray. And yeah, $67 on those is amazing for any size, especially a 23. So maybe I just happened to find the right buyer, but I was really happy with that. Next up was a Lily Pulitzer dress that sold for $25. This was in a size 4. It was multicolor. It was also new with tags. I've had this again for a really long time, so it had got marked down a couple of times. I suppose I could have relisted it, but I don't do that very much. My business model, I'd rather move things out. I don't want to be keeping things for literal years. Next up is an REI co-op shirt. I'm trying to make sure we're still, yes. Green, extra, extra large, lightweight, hiking, new with tags, retail for $45, only sold for $18. Not the best item to pick up. I wish I could go back to where I left off on this, but I don't think I can. Next up is a Joa Brown cardigan. So this also is a Bolo brand. When did this sell? Oh, the 11th. I found another Joa Brown sweatshirt recently that sold for around the same amount. So it was a ribbed side slit sweater. Here's what the tag looks like. Really easy to tell. Definitely pick that up if you're out at the thrift stores and you see it. I've only found it twice in my almost 8 years of thrifting. So good luck. I don't know if it's very common to find, or maybe it's just not around here. Next up was a pair of Fry boots that sold for $35. These were in a size 8. They were a pair of Judith brown leather ankle boots. So excellent style. Perfect for the fall season. The taller boots can maybe do better, but those ones, that's right around what comps were at. So I went ahead and accepted that offer. Next up was an Anthropologie Pilcrow cardigan sweater that sold for $25. This was a 1 size, oversized. Did it have any wool in it? No. So that was just okay. I just thought it was fun, but I guess it didn't sell that great. After that, I sold these pair of Vionic slippers for $24. These were in a size 8. These were a color block pair of faux fur slippers, so perfect time for the little cozy season. So glad to give those out to somebody. They can have some nice warm slippers for the cold weather. This McDougall dress I sold really quickly, if I'm saying that correctly. I found this at a thrift store just recently. It sold in a few days. It was in a size 18. And comps for this dress were anywhere from like 60 to 125, maybe slightly higher. I listed mine at 125. Somebody offered me 100 within days. I was like, yes. So the only reason I questioned it because I didn't recognize this tag. I've gotten a McDougal dress once before, but the tag looked different. And it said made in China, and I was like, But other people on my Instagram luckily helped me out and let me know this is the newer tag. This is accurate. This is legit. It is not fake. So I was really excited for that sale, $100 sale on a dress that I just picked up and paid $8 for. Yes, please. Next up, let me see. We got to be getting close to being done. A Lululemon shirt. Okay, we're on November 10th. As I said, my Poshmark was better this week. Size 2, white, Swiftly Tech. I found a whole bunch of Swiftly Techs recently. Even this tiny little spot, people love the Swiftly Techs. It sold for $30. So that was a great sale for a small little thin t-shirt. I sold this Air & Crafts cardigan for $25. Sometimes I can get more, but this one did have a little bit of wash wear. It was 100% merino wool. Maybe a larger size would have done better as well, but still happy to move that out of my closet. After that, we have a pair of Can jeans that sold for $18. These were a pair of size 25 90s distressed flare, it said, but I feel like they more look like a cargo, or not a cargo, a straight leg. So cute style, just not really worth that much. After that, I sold a pair of Dansko shoes. These were black patent leather for $25 in a size 7. Just a slip-on classic pair of Danskos. I just got some Dansko mules or like clogs recently that are so cute. They're like a pair of brown suede slip-on clogs. So I hope that those do good. I sold these Justin boots for $15. They were in a size 10.5, very worn and beat. Some outdoor cowboy boots you can sell very worn and beat, not these. The gypsy style is actually pretty oversaturated, so I probably would only get them if they're cheap and if they're really, really clean. Next up is a Ted Baker dress that sold for $40. This was in a size 8. It was a burgundy ribbed knit fit and flare sweater dress. So really pretty style. I did find a few Ted Baker dresses recently at the thrift store. So that was a nice sale there for $40. I sold these Goldie jeans also for $40. These were in a size 25, and they were the Riley jeans, high-rise, cropped fit, straight legs. Some of the Goldie don't sell as good as they used to. Sold comps for this style, I think, was right around this. So I listed mine at 50. I think they offered me 40, so that was great. I see my niece Emma texting me again. I sold this bundle of 2 items for $20. So a pair of Free People jeans. They were called the float-on jeans, but I didn't realize till I got home that they had a huge hole right here, so my bad. And then a pair of kids Doc Marten boots in a rainbow print, but they were also like kind of worn, like fuzzy. So I got rid of 2 old items there. Next, we should be close to being done, guys. If you're still here, thank you. I appreciate you. A pair of Babaton pants in a size 8. These were green, pull on. I would not get these again. The Aritzia brands, for the most part, of just their like basics and stuff, don't do that good. I did pick up a Wilfred coat, however, that does have more value than just a pair of little lightweight pants. Next up is a pair of cabbie pants in a size 12. These were the easy wide leg crop pants, sold for $17. I'm leaving behind basically all cabbie anymore because it is not giving me the profit that I want. After that, I sold this Eileen Fisher dress for $65. So here's a good one. This was new with tags. Size extra large, black organic linen midi dress. So lots of things going for it. Size, material, being new, a midi length. That was an excellent sale. After that, I sold a Clara Sunwoo top for $29. This was in a women's size extra large, very colorful. I like to pick up this brand in extra large or bigger. Try to get at least $30. I offered $30 and they countered offer $29. I'm like, whatever, you can save $1 and you can win. I don't care. Let me see. Is that the last one in the 20 or the 8th? AG jeans, size 27. These are also in the 8th. Size 27. These were the Tomboy jeans. I've had these for a long time. I am not hardly picking up any AG jeans, at least all the styles that I find at my thrift stores. When I look them up, they are not good. So I've just been passing. This is an Anthropologie sweater, still in the 8th. This was because this was last Friday when I did my closet clear out. So that's why there's so many, and they're low ones. Size large floral sweater. Again, Anthropologie, very oversaturated. Nothing too special about this. So glad to move that out. How long is this video going to go? This is a pair of Lily Pulitzer pants in a size small. These were new with tags and they sold for $41. They were a pair of palazzo pants. So cute style, very relaxed, preppy, beachy. Yay for that. That was a good sale. Ellie, you better not be barking. She's racing over to the window. Next, a pair of Athleta pants in a size 4. These were a pair of green hiking Wanderer pants, an old tag. Why did we get those? I don't know. They were bad. Do not pick up those. I haven't picked up really anything Athleta anymore. Even stuff that I feel like should be so good and it's newer, it does not do good. Here's another pair, Athleta size 12, tan Cabo linen joggers, sold for $19. I mean, I guess if you're getting them at lower prices, that could be okay. It depends on what kind of profit margin you're trying to get and what your average cost of goods is. But for me, it isn't working. Next up is a Peruvian Connection dress that sold for $32. This was a navy blue turtleneck, stretchy midi dress with pockets. This is all I had to go off of, but I know that that's Peruvian Connection by the tag because I've sold it so much and I was finding so much of it at the thrift store. So let's keep going. Let's see if that was the last one in the 8th. Alexia Edmore dress, we're still in the 8th. This was a women's size 10 white lace maxi tiered dress. I felt like this was so pretty, even though this isn't a brand that I usually pick up. I still shouldn't have got it because it took a long time and it only sold for $19. So that was not a good buy. We have a pair of REI Co-op leggings in a size 10. These were black. They sold for $17. They had a mark on them that apparently I couldn't get out. I'm glad to be getting rid of this like kind of trash stuff in my store, and hopefully like in a few months my store will be full of all good items. And maybe sometimes stuff will slip through the cracks, but for the most part it'll just be like better items. This was a pair of Can size 26 blue high-rise flare jeans. They were also new with tags. They only sold for $15. So even an excellent style, new with tags, it does not matter. That is not a brand people are looking for, and it's not a brand that they're going to spend that much money on for the most part. This bundle, okay, that's in the 7th. We're finally done. Whew. All right, guys, that's it. So let me know how your sales have been this week. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel. Oops, I forgot to share my numbers. This is not something I'm used to yet since I didn't for so long. So if you guys are curious, on Depop, I made $76.77. This is all profit after fees, after cost of goods. Mercari, $22.99, pathetic. eBay, $614.74, extremely low for me. Poshmark, $892.40. So total profit from the week, $1,606.90. Luckily, I had some pretty good sales on Poshmark to even out those bad other platforms. That's my numbers. Thanks for watching. I think I'm going to have a video come out possibly on Sunday about the new cross-listing platform that I'm using. So be on the lookout for that. It depends on how quickly that they approve it. Sometimes they don't work in the weekend, so it might not come out until next week. We will see. I'm going to go clean up my house. My husband's been gone all week. He's a neat freak. I'm completely opposite. So I'm going to make the house look presentable to him before he gets home. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.